Lorent's stability just changed. Meanwhile, Phoenix Empire sitting on their advantage. They have maxed out their war score. Looks like they're going to need to rally for another strike, this time bringing Van Rahar with them, I would imagine. And it does look like they're recruiting another wave of soldiers. Vern has a lot of forts here. Question is, are they all level 8? No, they're level 4. Vern has not been keeping up with the times at all. There's even a level 2 there. Relying on the sheer weight of numbers more than anything. Why Phoenix fallen back? They were defeated by Vern. I would almost say that Eberthil's concerned about being landed on. Like they're being so conservative about keeping ships back. Now here's a question. Does the Phoenix Empire have any of those batteries set up? That might be why they're not being blockaded. They do. A couple. In the pretty strategic areas. Huh. Interesting. Someone's offering peace deals. Any Witch Kings? I don't think so. Magic is a little bit discouraged in this because you're not allowed to use the Battle Mage estate, which I'm still a little ambivalent about. There's one event which the Battle Mage estate can cause, which is apparently so overwhelmingly overpowered it just bans the entire usage of Battle Mages. So I'd kind of like to see in future multiplayer Anbennar games that event just being removed. Because Battle Mages are fun. It can make actually playing as a magical nation like the Magisterium worthwhile. I'd like to see more of that. Magic's interesting in this. It's just weird implementation, but I think that's more the restrictions imposed by using this game engine. That you have to do magic through decisions. I just want to see the Cavs dwarves charging out the mountainside, screaming, and then the winged dwarves arrived, charging their goats down the mountainside. I know it's rams, but goats just sounds funnier. Well, this has become a bit of a stalemate situation, but I like the fact that it has, because I was legit concerned that Vern would just sweep all aside. But this is one of the great things about Europa Universalis, is the constantly shifting balance of power. Lorent's done it again. They're being so sneaky with those ships, and I love it. Oh, here comes Eberthil, though. Oh, no, they landed. Eberthil, you need to stay here. Lorent may have actually made a mistake, because there is no naval battery. So Eberthil is free to blockade that. Except they're leaving again. Why? You have their ships tied in place. You are not paying enough attention to do this. And then Lorent escapes again. God damn it, Eberthil. Sailor problem, but I don't think you lose sailors for just being at sea. They're not on a mission. Oh no, it would count as blockade. In which case, yes, you do lose sailors for blockading. But you gain 1,000 a month. You're up to 16,000 again. You're fine. Oh, Lorent being ballsy here. Oh, they're gone. See? Everthill's just not paying enough attention. You lose sailors if your ships leave port. Yeah, but not 1,000 a month. It's like 50. To be fair, a flagship with move and good admiral can sneak through silly places. Yeah, as Lorent is doing, like, I'm absolutely in love with what Lorent's doing at the moment. They do have a level 4 maneuver with a 10% movement speed. This admiral is incredible. Adrian Hillman. I like it. Sneaky. Very, very sneaky. And there we go. Lorent has, in fact, taken Ambencost's ports out here, as I assumed they would. You know what would be even better if this fleet was just light ships? If you were playing as the gnomes with an admiral like that, oh boy! With your, what was it, like plus 50% combat ability? With light ship movement speed? Yes, please. A true Laurentish Corsair, he really is. I'm going to say right now, Adrian Hillman, MVP. All of the land battles and all the generals, it's fine. Hillman, though, he's the true hero. Hero Hillman. He even sounds Dutch. It's not Laurentish, he's Dutch. He's probably a small country admiral that's joined Lorent. Hilfric. Exactly, there you go. Admiral Hilfric. He's certainly as sneaky as Helfric was. Had Admiral Yi a couple of sessions ago, though. That's true, we did. We had that as well. The Laurentish Admiral there went, "We're going over there, right now!" with the entire Eberthil Navy on his heels. This new Admiral is very short in stature, but tall in audacity. Love it. So the incursions against Naval continue, and it does look like Soldier Sat is taking the majority of the grief in terms of combat. I'm guessing... Oh, that's a big uprising. That's like 100,000 peasants. Looks like... Oh no, Soldier Sat won. These just infantry. Note, those are also cavalry. Let's go and watch this Adenica fight. This is without a general, which is a problem. There, 3,000 damage a tick for 100 losses. And they're not even drilled. And that was without any artillery support as well. Beautiful. So, what is the play here? Drakesguard's armies are actually all black flagged. So Drakesguard must try to peace out against somebody, then had their entire army trapped there. Chaos is still... How did Drakesguard get out of that fight? Oh, they haven't. Yeah, they haven't. Okay. So I'm guessing that, yeah, Chaos is on the move. Drakesguard is rallying a couple of troops, though they did just lose a battle down there. So Chaos may well be taking quite a bit of land. And in fact, look how much of swampland they've taken. Like, there is a Vern army over here, but Chaos just has so many more men. And Bois Carvo is out of the war. Did you gain or lose anything? Is the question. If anyone lost anything, it would be Wyvern's Bay. I feel like they'd lost that previously, though. They did. Bois Carvo pieced out. And lost these 3. And that also means that Vern is going to have another 400,000 troops to bring into the fight somewhere. And it looks like they've been brought in over here. 100,000 fighting down there, another 300,000 sneaking up there. 200,000 over here. 100,000 over here. Yeah, unfortunately Lorent and Bjarnrik don't seem to have taken the advantage when they had it. Bjarnrik currently fighting futilely against 135,000 of Vern's finest right now, but where is Lorent? Lorent's still all up here. Lorent's trying to find another way to attack the flank alongside the Phoenix Empire, most likely. But they're kind of leaving Bjarnrik hanging. And all the gains that they've made down here are now going to be lost. Or at least threatened. Who is the best admiral right now? That's an interesting question. If we go to here, and then here, military leaders, overall, Admiral Armin Arben, Everthil, 6453, 18 pips. Another Everthil, Tristan Sulisnerge, 16 pips. Explorer, Aldores Delis, 14 pips, with ship capture chance. Admiral of Neckliffe, Edmund Maygarn, 14 pips. Another Everthil, 13 pips with heavy ship combat. Arboran, 12 pips. Yordland, 11. We're going to go down to 10, then I'm stopping. There are no 10 pips. 9 pips. That's a lot of peasants. And they're in the capital as well, which now has 101 development. They've done it. 100 dev. Nice. So the Adenica Marhold war against Kryenvar continues. It looks like Soldier Sat may have peaced out now. They have. As you can tell by the fact that these guys are all exiled. So what was lost? They'd already lost that bit. Verkal Konazad? Oh no, they lost all of this. So Verkal Konazad is currently Soldier Sat's minion down here. So yeah, they took this as the actual hold. And now Marhold and Adenica are forced to actually fight against Kryenvar. Huzzah! I hope Lorent forced Vern to give up Neckliffe. I mean, that would certainly be a turnaround, though I think that Neckliffe would be a little bit vulnerable at this point. Although I am sure that Mindboy would certainly be up for helming that. The glorious return of the Admiralty. Oh, we have a battle going on. Ambencost tried to cross without Vern's support. Oh no, Vern was defeated before Ambencost arrived. So that was an Ambencost stack wipe that we just saw the latter part of. Ambencost definitely seemed to be suffering the worst in this war. That was another thing that Torsion did raise during the overview, because Ambencost was the weak link. Still making 100 ducats from trade. Still sending out 200 ducats to Vern. And 100 to Everthil. You can't afford this, dude. You're 18,000 ducats in debt. You can have another, like, 80. Portable turrets. Oh, Ambencost is doing Artifice. Interesting. Meanwhile, another Ambencost army is being annihilated by Lorent here. Vern arriving too late to do anything about that. Those rebels. It's like, oh, they've crossed again. They haven't. Everfill's navy is leaving to go and fight against Rosard. Where's the sneaky admiral? I don't see him. He's off being sneaky somewhere. Oh, the dwarves are on their way. Can't possibly lose. 150,000 against 100,000. Vern sent packing, and they're going to take this fort again. Definitely important to hold that crossing area. Ben, thank you very much for the 33-month primary subscription. Very much appreciate the ongoing support there. Thank you. 3 more months, and then you also get the Pink Wings 3-year resub anniversary. And Anna Donichio, Anna Donichio, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. So what is the path to victory here for the Lorentish side? I think they basically have to force a crossing. Somehow. Where is their ships? They're up there. Nope, that's just transports. They're in there. I mean, I think their path to victory is what is about to happen. It is the Phoenix Empire marching across, starting some sieges here, and in fact we've already got Van Rahar doing the siege of Essilvar, which has not been upgraded. It's only a level 4 fort. Then hopefully that takes Vern's attention, and certainly taking Ebethil's attention, to fight against this, and then hopefully Bjornrik and Lorent can use that opportunity to sneak a crossing. Although now Vern is just parking 150,000 troops on that one position, which is pretty smart. They're back up to 90% professionalism, probably from hiring generals. And Lorent is tapped down to 64. I think they're actually gone up as well. Alright, so if we go back over to the Phoenix Empire, we can see how these battles go. That northern one's going really badly, but the southern one that Van Rahar is holding out for, they are losing 3,000 men a tick, 111 discipline, 8.2 morale. Van Rahar have a lot of morale. It's just that they're fighting against the gnolls. So Phoenix Empire did manage to reinforce the northern fight. Van Rahar still has some more troops. They still have another 40,000 men down there. Vern just came in with another 75. So some pretty significant battles going on over on that flank at the moment. Is the Lorent Bjornrik side doing anything with the initiative that they have just gained? Not really. And Vern just have so many divisions, they're just like, you know what, I'm still going to just leave 150,000 men over there. It's fine. If you want a silly dev situation, Karashar forming focuses all of their sub-inspired dev into a single province, which can be a mountain capital, which then turns into a 200 plus dev in said province, depending on when you do it. Interesting. Damesteer deposit for Phoenix Empire. Nice. Imagine if you could transfer debt and peace deals. I mean, you kind of can. That's what asking for gold is. And you can force your opponent to take on debt to pay that. Up to a certain threshold. Kaiser Redux, the Federal USA can have the Admiralty do a coup against MacArthur and form an Admiral USA. That's interesting. I hadn't heard that before. I have actually been thinking, like, what do I want to do for the Hearts of Iron game this evening? Because I was actually enjoying the Japan game, but we're just in 1945, and that game holds no interest to me beyond 1945. One of the things I like about Road to 56 and World Ablaze is the fact that they've extended the tech. And my gosh, Kaiser Reich needs to do that badly. That Van Rahar army is dead. You need to run. Although that's a -3. Ow. I can't see the effect of that. If we go to Vern, we can. 800 kills for like 2. I can kind of see why Van Rahar decided to fight this one. Like a -3 is incredible. But Van Rahar is running now. And you should probably tell your men where to run. That's a stack wipe. Because they were blockaded. Why were they blockaded? Oh, because they didn't own these. They are neutral countries, and neutral can still be blockaded. You have to own or occupy both sides of the strait to get the automatic crossing. I really like that rule change, actually. The fact that if you control both sides of the strait crossing, you can always cross, massively helps out the Ottomans in EU4. That was often a problem, so you just stick your massive fleet in Constantinople in the Straits of Isthmus, and the Ottomans are dead, because they couldn't bring troops into Europe. You can just siege them down. Japan's a lot of fun. I'm happy you enjoyed it as well, Mordred. Shame you never got the full co-pro versus Reichspakt experience. Sometimes Third International just ruins the world. I mean, every single nation that could go Syndicalist went Syndicalist. It was just it was a doomed playthrough, unfortunately. My biggest achievement in that game was keeping the PSA alive as long as we did. And had I played it for another 2 years, I'm pretty confident the PSA could win it. Just because of the sheer number of casualties they're inflicting on the USA. But they would have been an absolute shadow of what the US can usually do. And I'm also pretty confident I could have pushed Russia back slowly but surely, but that's a war across Siberia from the wrong direction. It would have had to be a very, very slow advance. Basically building air bases as I go in every single state, as I'm able to build them in every single state. So how's Eberthil doing finance-wise? They still have 11 grand. Eberthil's still making money. And they're still getting 100 ducats from Ambencost. Ambencost is losing 300 ducats a month. 22,000 ducats in debt. 39 loans. Should play Kaiser Reich Bulgaria. I remember you being disappointed with the old Bulgaria, but it's completely overhauled recently. That's true. The problem that I have with playing as Bulgaria right now is the fact that Austria still doesn't have any focus trees for their flipping minions. Which is the second most thing that I want after a new tech tree. So, playing in the Balkans just kind of feels a bit pointless. Because, like, Illyria, Galicia, Lodomeria, and Hungary don't have anything special. I'd like to see you do a Hawaii Fleet game. I'm afraid I probably will never do that. Same as I'll never do Icewind. Never do Iceland, because they'll just be the same as West Indies. You don't actually have enough manpower to actually build any ships. It would be a case of disbanding what ships you start with, using that manpower, and then putting them into like 2 advanced versions of that ship. Austria federalizes 9 times out of 10 anyways. True, but Serbia and the Balkans I feel like would be a lot more interesting if you can actually start like picking away at those neighbors earlier. Funny if Esmaria joins the war on the right side. They won't. Esmaria and Vern are pretty solidly linked. So what's the war score here? Were these separate wars? No, it's the same war. They probably should actually have done this as separate wars, then they could both take a big chunk out of Kryenvar. Phoenix Empire rallying another fuss. Gonna have another go in a minute. Meanwhile, soldiers sat pretty content to just sit back, recover their manpower back up to the 1,000,000 that they can have. And they're also desperately trying to get some more professionalism going. Whereas the Phoenix Empire have been tapping their professionalism hard. Yeah, it was noted that Phoenix Empire is still using mercenaries aggressively. Which at this stage, when they can maintain 867,000 manpower, is probably a bit of a mistake. Because the size of your manpower pool is basically the size of the number of troops you can get from a slackened recruitment standards. Which, whereas you can get probably like 100,000 out of a mercenary stack, you can get 177,000 out of a slackened recruitment standards. So at this stage of the game, you really only want to be doing manpower slackening. Then once you hit 0, fine, then you can start merking up. But before then, it's just a waste. Maybe play as Fentien to get the opposite experience. Yeah, we just played there though. What about Middle Africa? Middle Africa is definitely an option because I still haven't played as them. Battle is joined. That's Westmore's being jumped upon by Vern. Not that they really stood a hope in doing anything. Meanwhile, Eberthil is left port so they can crush anyone that tries to attack. I did not do an EU4 game this week, no. Decided to play Disciples. Actually half tempted to play some more of that instead of Hearts of Iron tonight. I was really enjoying Disciples. Middle Africa got a major overhaul in Kaiser Redux. I think I'd rather try the quote-unquote vanilla version first. What's like the Netherlands like in Kaiser Redux? Or what other nations are interesting? GEA, Insular India, East Indies. Lorent's having some pretenders. Kaiser Redux is also extremely different in Kaiser Redux. Eh? If you don't do Iceland, Norway is an option, do the Scandinavian faction. Well, the last I heard, the Scandinavian faction just didn't have anything to it. Is that still the case? Or have they added stuff to Scandinavia? Because I know that they were talking about doing so.